Welcome once again to the Tales of Theldan. It is I, Artemis Underhill, your new best friend and accomplice. Today, we join our heroes after they have fled the city of Ashcroft, burning in its wake. Cornelius and Charlidros just getting to know one another, but who knows what's going to happen once they find Lief hiding in the chest. The only thing we can do is wait and see, and journey once more into the world. When we last left each of them, they were all in quite precarious predicaments. The town of Ashcroft, under attack, having been given a cart by a mysterious youth. Charlidros rode through the town to the outskirts to find a small hut that was under attack by holy guards. He had slain 2 of them and currently stood atop of the cart. He sees a small teenager walking out of the hut. Bewildered and scared, the teenager looks up at you.
Who are you, child?
You're a dragon.
That is correct.
You understand what I'm saying? That's cool.
I do.
Were you the one who killed all these guards with the whip thing and the slaying and the
I may have had a small hand in some of that.
Should we be going somewhere? Did V send you?
V didn't send me, but I have a note from V.
Good. Then let's get out of here. Holy Guard will be here soon.
As the Holy Guard that is currently running behind you, you hear him trip over a bookcase that you knocked down on your way out. You hear Charlidros, you hear a couple clashes coming from inside the hut itself.
The Holy Guard will be here soon. They're inside the hut. Let's get out of here.
Faster's better.
Get on the cart.
And a jump on the cart.
Jump on the cart. You jump into the back of the cart, and Charlie just quickly wills the horses to move further. And your escape out of Ashcroft is fairly easy, dodging around men fighting either side, a couple carts that are on fire. You manage to dodge out of the way and escape into the countryside. You travel for the rest of the evening and find a small campsite. As you are riding, as you get to the campsite, you stop. It's now close to midnight. All of a sudden, the chest in the back of the cart starts to rattle and move around.
I didn't notice that before. What is that?
Don't look at that. Don't touch that.
Okay. I don't look at it and I don't touch it.
The chest is on its way to V.
Who's V?
I could ask you the very same thing.
Aren't you a little concerned that we don't know who V is?
Moderately.
At this point, you start hearing muffled voices or voice coming from the chest.
I think it's swearing.
I think it's at least trying to. I'm hesitant to open the box.
Did you get instructions not to?
No, my instruction was to take the chest to V.
It could be
a 3-2 chest. We're trying to figure out what to do with you.
The chest starts rapidly raking and tumbling around on top of the cart. It then actually manages to shuffle its way to the rear of the cart. It falls open with a loud crack. The top of the chest splinters open, revealing a half-elf, splayed all over the floor, writhing around trying to get away from the wood.
Well, I suppose we don't have to open it ourselves now.
Well, that's convenient.
Who the are you? Who the are you? And where the am I?
3 questions I also need answered. You first.
Well, last I remember, I got stuck in the back of the head with something. I got into this chest, some little told me to get in here, and now I'm here, and I don't know you, and all my friends are probably dead. Peace, I'm out. Bye. I gotta walk away. I'm jumping off.
No, get the back here. I have a duty to take the chest, which I now assume is in fact you, the contents of the chest, to V. Do you know who
I don't know
V
if that
is?
was the only contents because I found a bottle of rum inside.
Is there any
Are you
left?
sure
Stop.
it wasn't that?
Start with
Are you
your
sure it
name.
wasn't- Are you sure it wasn't that? I'm not
Start with
giving
your
you my
name.
I'm not giving you my name.
Is the chest still intact?
It's in several pieces on the floor currently.
Why was you gonna? What, are you? What, are you gonna say the chest is the thing?
Well, you broke the chest. What are we going to do now?
I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna. How fast is this cart moving?
It's moving at a fairly
stopped.
decent pace.
I thought we
it's
stopped.
moving at a decent
Oh
pace.
no, sorry, you had. You just
Yeah, we
stopped.
stopped.
We have stopped.
It's
We stopped.
I'm jumping off.
I thought we had a campfire.
I'm jumping off.
You jump
I jump off.
You have got a game.
I'm jumping off.
You
I'm
jump
walking
off.
away.
You jump off
Yeah.
and you start
I put
striding.
my hand up in the air. I lick it. I turn around in slight circles. I feel the wind, and I go that way, and I begin walking.
You walk for about 5 minutes, and then you take a couple turns based on what you feel of the wind, and before you see a campfire.
Well, I said, can I see who's in the? Can I see people? I just see a
You can
campfire.
see what looks to be a bronze dragonborn and a human sat around the campfire.
I walk up to the fire and I go, all right, I think I'm lost. I'm staying here.
I think
Okay,
you're
anyone got
drunk. You're staying
Has,
here.
has anyone got a problem with me staying here?
No, not really.
Speak now, forever hold your peace. Right, I'm going to sleep. I lay down.
Should we take watch or something?
I think we're fine
Look,
without taking watch.
I turn to the Dragonborn, whose name I do not know, and I say, look, you think you're guarding me, right?
Correct.
I'm some prize? Right, well, I'm going to sleep. Guard me, and I roll over.
You roll over and you two start hearing gentle snores coming from.
I want to shake him awake and ask him what the fuck his name is.
As you fall into a slumber, you feel roughly as a scaly hand grabs onto the side of your shoulder and violently shakes you.
This isn't protecting. I need my beauty sleep, dragon fellow born.
Who
What?
the fuck are you? And why do I have to take you in this now broken chest to V?
Right. Look, I'll give you my name, but the rest of the... I don't know. My name's Lief Estelle, and I have no fucking idea. I got put in the chest, now I'm here, and I'm really tired. Figure the rest out yourself. I roll back over.
Half elves, am I right?
You are right. Start with your name. We should have discussed this
Yeah.
in between the
massive-
town and midnight.
Yeah, I'm Cornelius Bannister from around. Let's just say. And you are
I am Charlidros.
just one
I-
name. Just one
Just
name
one
in
name.
Dragons.
Just one name.
No
As
surnames
I
in
hear
Dragons.
Dragon name.
as I hear him say his name, I just want to roll over and go, Char, what?
I thought you were sleeping.
I was
I
trying
can't
to,
sleep.
What? Can he? Does he have that?
Yep.
What did you say? What are you doing?
We
He
gotta
wants to
cast sleep.
on me.
Far out. Just you, as he says, "Char what?" With the momentum of turning over, his head falls forward and he slumps deep face first into the dirt and starts snoring again. Your spell was benefited by the power of rum.
At advantage.
Child.
Yeah.
You are a child, aren't you?
I'm 19. That's
Child.
Adultish.
By my standards.
all right.
Who are you?
I'm Cornelius Bannister from
From around here?
around here.
I need more details. How have you come to be in my cart?
I'm from Springdale. I was staying in Ashcroft under V's protection, I guess. And the Holy Guard came and wanted to kidnap me because they're dicks.
Are you telling me that we have just ridden the cart away from V?
I don't know. I've only heard from V in messages, which I'm assuming is the same thing that's been happening to you.
Well, I had assumed V was a woman, so
It's definitely a he.
This is
from what
awkward.
I've
It's
what I've
definitely a
gathered.
he.
Yeah. Sorry to disappoint.
Not at all. If you want to lay down for the night, I have first watch over Lief and yourself.
All right, and I go to sleep.
You go to sleep. You find a comfier spot that's a bit cleaner, and you actually lie in the back of the cart and sleep. I'll get you to roll a perception check for me, please, Charlidros.
That's an 8.
So you sit your back against the cart, warming yourself against the fire. The night sky is painted with the colours of amber and yellow from the direction of the town as the fire and the smoke have risen up into the sky, making quite a beautiful picture, actually, if it wasn't so tainted by the fact of war and tarnished by the people that have been harmed because of it. Your watch continues, and it's reasonably quiet. You hear the sound of hooves at one point very far in the distance, but you do hear them ride. You come to the end of your watch and nothing particularly stressful has happened.
Oh, fantastic. I suppose it's time for me to have a little kip now.
I guess I get shooken awake then.
You do get shook awake. You very unruly and very forcefully.
I say 5 more minutes.
I don't have a snooze function.
How dark is it?
It's late in the early morning, so the morning sun is rising, but
Well, that's unhelpful.
it's
for getting
still
to sleep.
reasonably dark.
Okay. I get my owl out and tell him to keep watch and let me know if anything comes by.
As you wait for the Dragonborn to go to sleep, you walk to the one side of the campsite, call down your familiar, your owl. Does your owl have a name? Have you named him?
Benedict.
Benedict Owlybatch. Benedict Owlybatch flies down to you, kind of gives you a bit of a nudge and make sure you're okay before taking a position up in the trees to keep watch for you. You find your way back to the comfort of the cart and roll over and sleep.
No, I'm not going to go sleep.
Oh, you're not going to sleep? Okay.
No, I'm just going to go through my books to make sure, take inventory of what I took.
Yeah, sure. Sure. So I'll get you to make a perception check for me again, please.
16.
16. Even though you're kind of fighting away the thoughts of sleep, you search through your bag and you find a couple copies of the history of the Abbey and Silverkeep. You find a delicate map folded up and gently placed in amongst the pools. You find pretty much all the books that you thought you've required if you were to leave the town.
Cool. Now I go to sleep.
And now you go to sleep. You then roll over, using your bag as a pillow, and fall asleep. Early morning, you guys are all woken up by the hoot of an owl that cuts through the camp and wakes you all up.
I'm awake.
Each of you feeling refreshed reasonably, except for Lief, who has half of his face currently covered in mud.
I've half eyes shut, sound of owl. I chuck my rum bottle
I'll get you to
in the
make.
direction of the owl.
I'll get you to make a strength check with disadvantage.
4.
4. Your throw attempt, the bottle doesn't even really get air. It just kind of limply rolls across the ground, and it's still within arm's reach.
Oh, I can't hit anyone. I can't throw a bottle. I couldn't stab anyone yesterday. I'm not having a good day, guy. How? Oh, hi. What the? Oh, who the are you again? And who the are you again?
I am Charlidros. I am the figurehead of the 12th Legion of the Gilded Fist, and I'm here to take you, I assume, to V.
Oh yes, I remember.
Charlidros.
Say again.
Charlidros.
How do you spell that?
Can I strike him?
As you feel the hit of his backhand against your cheek, as you take no damage from this, but your pride takes a critical hit.
Can I look around to see why my owl is hooting?
It looks like your owl was just hooting to let you know that dawn had come and it was time to wake up.
I've still got my pack and everything.
You
right?
do. You do have all your stuff.
I've got my book and everything.
You do.
Right. Well, I just want to rub my face, pull out my book, and I want to take names. I need to write down.
He opens this. The half elf actually goes to his packet and opens this very strange book. Green and gold leaves cover the outside of the book in a very ornate design, very intricate. Something not too normal about this book. He holds it out, and then the book kind of floats in the air before him.
How are you doing that?
Good question. One which you don't get the answer to that question. What was your name?
Cornelius Bannister.
Cornelius Bannister. I'm going to write his name in my book.
You then see... I'll get you to make a perception check, both Charlidros and Cornelius.
9.
19.
You don't notice, Ash, as you're too busy even just wondering at the magnificence of this floating book. With your keen perception, Tom, you actually see golden writing appear on the page that clearly reads Cornelius Bannister. Appeared on the page without any touch or ink or anything.
I snatch the book out of the air under the assumption that this is what I am to take to be and not this.
As you go to snatch out of the air, the book quickly moves to one side.
Fine. I'll just patiently watch it write some more.
I'm just eyeing him off the whole time, like... Not laughing, but kind of smug, like... That was a stupid thing. I was never scared my book was going to get taken. Because I know. It's fine. And I go, once again, how do you spell Charmander?
Charlidros.
Charlidros. If you could just spell...
Charlidros.
With each letter that you spell out, the letter appears on the book. And then a small note appears on... the side next to your name. You look into it, Lief, and you see the word nosy written next to it in small writing.
And I go, sounds about right. And I just nod at my book.
Lief, what is this book?
This book is a journal. And you don't need to know more than that.
How are you writing in it?
Well, I'm not. You clearly saw me not use my hands. Any more questions?
You've got some magical prowess about
Hello,
you.
Mr. What was your name again?
Cornelius Bannister.
Right.
Is the surname important?
Wait. No.
Can we just call you Cornelius?
I just realised something.
Yeah.
Everyone shut up. Who's your father?
Mr. Bannister?
Is he a duke?
Yes, he is.
You motherfucker. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I've been asking around old town about you yesterday. Son of a duke fellow here. Son of a duke fellow over here. Bar fight, and now I wake up outside a fucking chest. Lot of trouble you've caused me. Run away from home, run away from daddy. What's your issue? Tell me your problems.
My dad doesn't like magic, and I like magic, and... he set the Holy Guard on me, so I'm not a big fan of him right now. Understandable?
And you know what? As you can clearly see, I too contain some magical ability. And I too was attacked by fuckers with sun shields on or something yesterday. You and me should be getting along.
Yeah, I think so.
Amanda over here.
We're all magical
Whatever his name
creatures.
is.
We're all trying... Well... A human isn't a magical creature, but he is magically inclined. We should be working together.
I don't trust the guy trying to grab the book out of my precious book out of the thin air without asking twice.
I didn't know I had to ask once, let alone twice, and I was intrigued by it.
You never ask before touching people's property.
Okay, why were you looking for me?
I like interesting stories, and I heard a funny little tale about a son of a duke running away from home, making his way into my town, well, the town I'm at currently, which is now in flames, so I've heard, I'm going to presume. And nonetheless, I was just intrigued. I was just asking about you all last night. And now you're here, and I go, funny little coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a very funny coincidence.
Cornelius, you call the Holy City home, do you?
No, I'm not from
did
Silverkeep.
you?
Nope. So, where are we going?
Good question. Where were you going? Because I was just escaping from the city. And since the city's now burnt down or destroyed, I'm quite happy to find the next closest city and the bar and be happy there for quite some time. So if you want to start walking this morning, I'm quite happy to pick a direction. Or you, wizard son of a duke, fly your owl up in the air and tell it to scout out where the nearest city is, if you would, please.
Well, our Dragon Ball friend was going to take us to V.
He doesn't know where V is.
I was simply escaping Ashcroft.
Yeah,
so you have no idea where V is?
I have no idea who V is. I received a note that I was to take the chest to V. I jumped in a cart, there was a chest. We are here.
Owl, city, look, please, order it.
I look at him like he's an idiot, and then I tell my owl to go have a look. And I look through its eyes.
Out of frustration, Charlidros, you pull out the letters and start ruffling through them again to try and see. No new information appears on them at all, except the words Kobold's Hollow appear to almost jump out of the page.
We should be... Oh, wow. Does anybody know of the town Kobold's Hollow?
I'm going to open my book and, scan for that throughout my pages.
Yeah, ask your magical book.
I'll get you... Ashley, you and Dylan both make history checks with advantage for me, please.
7.
Dylan, you have a moment where, and you've gotten used to these moments where, as you go to turn a page in the book kind of playfully snapshot or starts flicking through its own pages, and you start trying to, deal with the issue and trying to catch it, and it kind of slaps open and shut, almost as if the book's laughing at you.
Did your owl find anything? City.
Ashley,
right. This isn't helping.
Cornelius, your memory quickly takes you to a book inside your pack. Your book is about Silverkeep and the local areas. It speaks of the Kobold Hollow, a former cavern / temple almost that kobolds used to dwell in until recently, when it was completely cleared out by an adventuring party. It should remain completely empty now.
Right, it's a place near Silverkeep, from my memory, and I pull out the book and show them.
You both see, and through what he's showing you, Charlize, you know it's about half a day's ride to get there. Lief, you're still busy catching your book.
Chasing my book? Brilliant.
I look on dumbfounded.
I round up my stuff and pack it all onto the cart, shutting down the camp. I know where we've got to go. Gather your things.
Can I catch my book? Can I go to do a leaping dive on top of my book?
Yeah, sure. Do a acrobatics or athletics, whichever one you'd like.
17.
17. You leap through the air. You see it perfectly between your hands. At the very last second, it flies out from beneath your hands. You go flying forward, hitting the ground. As you do, you feel the book gently place itself into your backpack and the top of your backpack closes shut perfectly behind it.
That's cool.
I just put my hand up in the air yep, let's just go. And I get up. Let's go. Which way? I'm circling around. Which way?
This
I
way.
jump in the cart.
I know where we're going. It is only half a day's ride.
Okay, I jump in the back of the car.
You
Too.
jump in the back of the car.
Yeah.
You ride for the rest of the next couple of hours, and you ride through, checking every now and then, double checking the books just to make sure you're going to the right place. Until you come to the location of Kobold Hollow. You stop the cart and cover it and manage to steady the horses. You cover it behind yourself as you walk to where the entrance of the Kobold Hollow was. Before you lies a wall, and in the wall is an indentation of a doorway, but it's completely covered over by bricks. Get you all to make a perception check for me. Dylan, you notice the others are just you. Charlidros and Cornelius both look at the wall and see various details of its age. It's covered in moss and it seems disused almost. Dylan, you noticed in gilded silver writing laid into the top of the stone, written in common, is this phrase: "The path through darkness is always hidden, until the darkness is defeated by its mortal enemy."
Why, if it's written in common, why can't they see it?
They were just too busy looking at everything else.
Not paying attention.
Not paying attention.
I'm gonna take out my book and write down this passage.
Sure, you take down the book perfectly. And you take the book and it takes down the passage perfectly and takes note of where you are, the Kobold Hollow.
What are you writing?
I turn to them and seeing no reason to keep this information a secret since it's written plainly, I just point at where it is and go, just that, and underline the writing.
Or not writing.
Beneath the brush, you guys now do see this silver writing.
How was I so blind?
Good question. That's a good mighty question. So the gate, there's a huge. What is it? How big's the gate? Like, how big is this?
The doorway is
Looking at-
sizable. It's
Cool.
big enough for like two people to walk through at the same time. It's a very well-made archway. That
Yeah,
looks to be.
we can't see. What can we see? If I look down, can I scan? What do I see? If I look further down,
As in further down, what? Like
just straight ahead,
straight ahead, it's just like a brick wall.
just nothing.
It's just a wall that's been built into the side of a mountain.
Okay.
With an archway that I can enter.
No, like it's an archway that's been indented into the wall,
Yeah.
but it's still part of the wall itself.
Oh, there's a puzzle. Can I read what it says again?
You can. It can. It says, "The path through darkness is always hidden until the darkness is defeated by its mortal enemy."
I grab my torch and I use prestidigitation to light it on fire.
Yes. You instantly light up and cast and hold the torch up to the writing. The writing glows blue for a second. And then the bricks of the archway fold in on itself, revealing the interior of a hall.
This is very cool.
I'm going to walk straight through the door.
You walk into a great hall with several tables scattered all over the place. Very messy, very not been used or cleaned in some time. There are bones scattered around the room. Old food left to rot on plates, books left open, various instruments of cups and goblets and candles all over the place.
Is it now lit up, or...?
Yes, as you walk in, some small fires light up around the room, revealing what is behind. It was hidden by shadow, obviously. At one side of the room, you see a collapsed archway, very similar to the one you're entering, but it is covered by rubble and rocks, where the roof above it has collapsed.
I yell out, "Oi, Charmander, do you feel like you've set off any booby traps?"
Charlidros, and I think we're good in here. Coming in, guys. It appears there was a feast of sorts going on, and everyone has up and vanished.
All right, I'll walk into the place. I'll enter it. I'll walk in with him.
I walk in as well.
We won't hold hands.
You walk in and look around the room, taking in the various different pieces of architecture. It's very old. It's almost like the room has been carved into the mountainside itself.
It's almost like the room has been carved into the mountainside itself.
That's an astute observation.
It looks dwarven. No one's met a dwarf before?
I have not met a dwarf before.
Wow,
Nope.
sheltered lives you live. I'm going to walk over to one of the tables and I just want to start, like, looking through what's on it more carefully. Picking up goblets, scanning them, see if they say anything, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you go to see... You walk over to what seems to be the master table. I'll get you to make an investigation check for me. As you take a swing from your rub bottle as you walk through the area. 10. You sift through a lot of the pages are in a dialect you cannot read. The food is old, very very rotten.
I say that it's not dwarven, or this can't be run by dwarves because I can read dwarven.
Oh.
Would anyone else like to?
I would like to check.
Yes.
I go and join Lief up at the table and start reading the books also.
You find this very familiar, Charlidros, because the writing is done in Draconic.
I can read this.
The pages are very mundane.
It's Draconic.
Cool.
Draconic. Right. What's it say then?
In a
Fantastic
dwarven...
question.
It says, you read through it. It says...
Before he starts, is he going to read it out loud? Like, as you're saying it?
That's up to him.
Yeah,
That's
I
up
was
to
about to say I read aloud the open page in the book.
As he starts reading it out loud, I want to, like, get my book out and have the passage copied down as he says it.
Your book almost glows in the darkness a little bit and opens up as he reads it out. Tuesday, need meat. Wednesday, change over stinky area. Thursday.
No, this appears to be some kind of administrative book. We should pick up the next one. And so I go to pick up the next book.
You
Wow.
sift through, and the writing itself is very simple. It seems to be almost a lot of it is day-to-day stuff of the previous residents of this hollow.
I don't know that we've got anything here, guys.
Useful.
What are you doing, Cornelius?
I don't know, just looking around, seeing if there's anything interesting. Maybe having a look at the rubble to see what collapsed.
As you look at the rubble, you lean over and you go to just turn a piece over. As you do, 3 of the rocks from the top of the pile kind of slide down and make some clacking noises against the floor, which immediately breaks the silence of the room.
What are you doing over there?
Oops.
Did you set off a booby trap? Did you
Just
set
some
off a
rocks.
booby trap?
That was me. My bad.
Look,
Well,
I'm not-
obviously
as
we're not
you
dead, so
start-
obviously not. Jeez, what is it with you and booby traps?
Do I know if the Draconic are interested in setting booby traps?
Generally people are, yes, but as you begin arguing, you start to hear the rattle of something else. As bones that were on the table, a skull that was on one side as well of you, start to rattle and take shape.
Oh, I don't think people left here.
As you witness, before both you, Charlidros, and you, Lief, a dragon kobold skeleton appears stood up before you. And then another one rises. And another one rises. And another one flies up and glides above the air from beneath the table. I'll get everyone to roll initiative for me. As the kobold skeletons take their place, Cornelius, you are the first to react.
Cool. Do I know if kobold have any weaknesses or anything? From my knowledge?
They're generally pretty weak creatures. They're pretty simple, pretty normal for people to deal with.
Cool. Then I'll use a firebolt on whatever one's closest.
Firebolt? Sure. I'll get you to roll the spell attack for me. For you, the closest will be number 4. As you turn around, you launch a firebolt from your fingertips. It squarely hits the kobold in the center of its ribcage, and it turns to ash.
Great. Then I hide under the table.
And then you hide under the table.
You wuss.
As you quickly... You kill something, and then you quickly slide and hide under the table. Right.
I'm gonna run in between 2 and 3, and lure them both towards me, and sort of helicopter around with a whip in each hand.
Well, they can't move until it's their turn.
Oh, they can't.
No.
Can I reach them if I'm helicoptering with whips?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, it looks to me like I should be able to reach 2 and 3 at the same time.
Let's just say you can't reach them both.
Fine. In that case, I'm still going to head towards the multiple enemies, but run up behind number 2 and
This way.
give them the old 1-2, right, left, whip.
The right, left. You both see this bronze dragonborn spring into action, running down the side of the room, unfurling from his belt 2 long, about 2.5 feet whips, just to be.
I was going to say less than enough to make up 15 feet.
2.5 foot whips, each separating about midway down into 9 different sections. At the end of each 9 is a metal dragon's head. As he spins into your action, I'll get you to do your attacks for me.
Yeah, that's right, bitches.
The first hit completely whiffs and misses over the top. You've just mismatched the sizes of these kobolds, and then you bring the second one up in like an uppercut motion. I'll get you to roll damage for me.
8.
As you raise up the whips, you hear the sound of clattering bones as it sprays the bones in 3 directions, all scattering across the sides. It is dead.
Suck it.
Suck it, indeed. So this time, number 1's going to move around. It's going to hop over the table.
Do you not get an attack, Lief?
Oh, so bad.
Not yet.
I rolled so bad.
He rolled poorly.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Well, if I'd realised that, I would have saved you from number 1. Sorry.
The kobold jumps over and takes a swing at you with its dagger. You feel as the dagger slips between the side of your armour and into the side of you, dealing 3 damage as it stabs into the wound, cutting into you.
Oh,
You hear, even though it sounded like it would have hurt, you hear, as the dagger slides into Lief. That one, number 3.
Could this day be any worse?
Number 3 moves its way over here and starts looking around for the wizard that was formerly in this place. But is unsure and then throws a rock into the wall at random. Then it's your turn, Lief.
this thing's right in my face, right? Yeah.
It is up in your grill.
I'm just gonna
You've been stabbed.
dagger, neck, grab it by the side of its head, and go to stick dagger straight in the side.
Yep, sure, I'll get you to roll for attack.
It's just a skeleton.
Yeah, well, it's still got a neck. Side of its
Still
head.
got a neck.
Okay.
Doesn't matter where you stabbed skeletons. Really, it's just for effect.
They kind of have an aura that's like a body.
Yeah.
Wait, you rolled
Oh,
a 2?
Christ.
Or did you roll a 4?
And I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. As you go to hit, you swing the dagger with all your might into its neck, and then you just feel dagger being stopped by bone and not going any further.
I yell out, if we make it to another town, I'm selling this f***ing dagger.
I might sell you at this rate,
I'm worth a bit.
assuming that V doesn't need you.
And then, Cornelius, it's your turn again.
Okay, I sneak my way around to the other table.
I'll get you to roll a stealth check for me, so roll a d20 as your stealth.
13.
13. You sneak away and you crawl back onto the table next to you.
And then I hit the number 3 with another fireball.
Fireball, sure,
Well,
go for it,
fireball.
roll for it.
Yeah.
Roll for your attack.
16.
Yep, that's a hit. As you you fire the firebolt across, it hits it in the back, and several of the bones just leave charred remains on the floor as it disintegrates.
In that case, I am going to have to run up toward number 1.
Run up, yep.
And I get myself between the half-elf and... between Lief and the whatever it is.
Not really enough space for you to go between. There's enough space to go here, or behind it.
Okay, I'll just go behind it. And as I'm sprinting across, I swap out my whips for my longsword, and I plunge my longsword through its chest, because
Sure.
that's my attempted finishing move.
You run over, you jump on the table and jump across quickly in succession, tossing one of your whips back on your belt and drawing your longsword to get you to roll your attack.
That's a 7.
Yep, okay. As you do, the kobold actually blocks it with a small buckler that is on its arm and pushes your blade aside. It is then its turn as it swings the dagger again at Lief. Just as Lief just narrowly puts his arms up to block the help, the kobold's dagger catches on his arm, hitting it gently, and then nothing happens. You feel no pain. You suddenly realize what happened, and then it's your turn.
My first win of the last 48 hours. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to stab you right in the face.
You know this isn't a bar fight, right?
I think every fight is a bar fight for
Look,
Lief.
can I speak secretly? Just, look, I don't want to give away what spells
Okay,
I have yet.
okay, sure. That's fine. As we roll to attack, the kobold starts laughing at you as you start weakly, like, trying to stab at it. Which, these stabs, if this was like a fleshy creature, would be killing it. But because it's just you're hitting the space between the ribs of the creature, it is doing nothing at all.
I'm out.
Cornelius.
Can I slide
Yep.
under the table?
Can you slide under the table?
Backwards to the other side of it?
To the other side of
Under
it?
and out? Yeah, under and out.
Sure, I'll get you to make an acrobatics check for me.
12.
12. You managed to slide across like Dukes of Hazzard style across the table, sending books and parchments go flying. The kobold does get an extra attack at you as you move away from it, which will hit, dealing an extra 4 points of damage as you slide across the table. It hits the back of your shin, putting a big cut against the back of your leg.
Alright, so I get up from under the table to the side away, like, to the wall.
Yeah, to the window, to the wall.
And then I hit number 1 with the fireball.
Yeah. You, once again, turn another one into ash.
I fucking had him. I didn't need you to do that.
Sorry?
As you slay the last kobold, you then hear the sound of what seems to be like turning gears. As 2 tiles to one side of the room open up to reveal stairs leading downwards.
Can I put any effort into clearing those stones and finding out what's on the other side?
Sure, I'll get you to make a strength check for me.
That's 18.
18. You go to move them, and you move the first couple of boulders with ease, and then you get to an extremely large one that seems to be blocking the rest of the way, which you cannot move.
Piss.
You do see just behind that rock to see the rest of the room has been collapsed in on itself as well.
Yeah.
Do you need a minute, Leaf? It seemed like you had a lot of trouble with that skeleton thing.
Look, I'm going to be honest. This dagger, and I hold up the dagger, has been giving me nothing but shit since yesterday. Now, I brought this dagger cheap off a guy who said it was a good dagger. However,
there's your issue.
I thought a good deal was a good deal. Every time I've gone to stab someone with this dagger, it's just not done anything at all, ever. I chuck the dagger across the room. It's not even worth selling, and I chuck it across the room.
Have you any arms left?
Roll an attack for me.
This dagger's going to come back and hit you in the face. You know that.
7.
You throw it, and then you hear a dull thud as it hits the back of the Dragonborn's armor that's currently trying to dig its way through this hole and lies limply on the floor.
Have it if you want it, but I'm telling you, useless.
I'm going to put that alongside my my longsword, which is just as painful at the moment.
Sure. You've added a dagger to your inventory as you pick it up, clean it off, and put it in with the rest of your gear.
And I've deleted one from my inventory, I tell you.
You know, only a poor workman blames his tools. Also, I've read.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm going to walk over to the rocks, see what's up. I'm going to attempt to help out.
There's no help to be had over here. Heal yourself if necessary. Tend to your wounds, and we should probably investigate down these stairs.
I'm going to send my familiar down there and then look through its eyes.
As you send the owl as it flies down the stairs, you see the stairs go for about 5-6 stories worth of stairs, and then leads to an open chamber.
Seems pretty safe. And then I start walking down.
Do you remember what happened in this room? Allow
that
me
was an accident.
First.
He's already gone. He's already started walking down the stairs.
Oh, for f***'s sake. I'm going to have to run and catch up and try to overtake him down these stairs.
Sure.
I let him overtake me.
Sure.
I'm tending to my... Where'd I get stabbed? I forgot.
The back of your leg. And on your side.
Yeah, you got one like in the ribs as well or something.
No, let's be honest.
You continue talking and bickering between yourselves as you walk down the stairs. It takes you a decent amount of time.
You're not much of a fighter, are you, Lief?
To be honest, no.
No. In future, let me at it first.
Do you think the guy with the magic book that floats in the sky has much fighting experience?
I like to think the best of everyone.
I'm sure you do. That's why you try to steal people's stuff.
I didn't try and steal it. I was investigating.
At this point, as you start defending yourself, you feel a step give way slightly and press down.
Oh,
Within a split second, all the stairs fit together as a slide.
Woo!
As you start falling and rocketing down to the bottom floor into the chamber. Get everybody to roll an acrobatics check or an athletics check for me. As you fall forward, Lief, you don't feel the extra weight of your companions. You fall forward, do a perfect backflip, and land perfectly on the platform.
Like a cat.
You hear the exasperating grunts of your two companions that are currently hanging off the edge of the area you are currently on.
Is hanging?
Currently,
I didn't realise this was a floating stage. What is this, Final Destination? Clearly, I'm going to try and pull myself up.
Yep, sure. I'll get you. Just make a strength check.
A what? Oh, strength check.
Just
Same.
16.
16, yeah, you easily managed to hoof yourself up and line your back on the room as the floor, looking back as you see a pit of spikes underneath you.
Can I sort of like whip my tail around to try and help Cornelius up as well?
Sure, I'll give you advantage on your strength check.
13.
13. You start struggling for a second, and then all of a sudden this newfound strength comes into your body as you lift yourself up. You realize that the tail of the Dragonborn has actually wrapped its way around you and is doing the majority of the heavy lifting, dragging you up onto the platform as you lie there still.
There were spikes down there. You
lucky
need to watch
save.
where you're stepping.
Me? I suppose I did.
Leaf's right. Booby traps, man.
I suppose I did trigger the booby trap, didn't
Booby
I?
taps. Told ya.
Thank you, Lief.
Have you guys done this a lot? You know, explore caves and stuff. Does this sort of thing happen all the time?
I'm much more of an above field fighter.
I have.
Why don't you lead the way for the time being, Lief?
I usually have someone else do that part.
What? Yeah. Why are you yelling? You're right next to me.
My ear's ringing. Sorry, it's just the fall.
You landed perfectly.
Did you land perfectly?
Ignore him. I'm going to take a couple.
Do we notice anything about the room?
You do. I'll get you to make... no, you don't even need to. You see before you, you see 6 pits that seem to go down into similar spiked areas. And then before you on a plinth is a pile of bones.
I'm going to just smash
Cool,
at
my
that pile
bones.
of bones.
You run over and smash at that pile of bones.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sick of pile of bones, like jumping out.
Is this
to
platform
What it,
steady?
it's like a sheer piece of rock. It's just got drop either side of it. Like
Okay.
drops down to
Is that a
spikes.
smart idea?
I don't know. I'm always first in the fight, and I'm trying to finish it.
he is. What are you two doing? Did you see this dragonborn start ready, prepared to like jab into this pile of bones with this rocks?
What's around me? Like nothing? We're just like, there's nothing.
Nothing. It's like a black room with like a
Just a
pillar
black
of
room.
light.
Just a pillar of light, couple piles of rocks. Sounds
No, they're not piles of rocks. They're spikes.
Oh, it's spikes.
It's final
spikes.
final destination with whole spikes.
Yeah. It's final destination. Oh, spike. I'm just gonna watch. I'm in such a. I'm in a such this day can't get worse. Whatever. Just go.
Sure.
I just
Cornelius,
cross my arms.
Yeah, I'll watch as
you
well
watch.
from a safe distance.
You watch as the dragonborn starts laying into this pile of bones. The pile of bones at first starts moving around, like where with the pressure of him and the actual hitting, and then you see a wing form, and then you see another wing,
Oh, I don't think this is a draconic thing.
and then you see 2 legs form forward and 2 larger back legs as a ribcage forms around it, and the head of a drake, skeletal in nature, no flesh on it, stands up and roars in your direction.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
I'll get everybody to roll initiative. Okay, Cornelius, you are up.
So is it a living thing or is it an undead thing?
It's a skeleton
Okay.
that's alive.
Well, I'm just going to cast Firebolt from a safe distance.
A firebolt from a safe difference, sure. Roll to attack.
9.
No, you do not hit. As you fire, the firebolt comes through. The drake's wing like bats the firebolt to one side as it dissipates. You wishing to do anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
And I say, that's new.
That's new. Lief, it's your turn.
So, wait, he cast fire. The firebolt. It just dissipated as soon as he hit it.
Like it just kind of like wafted it out of the air.
It hit it out of the air.
Yeah.
That's because I rolled low, though.
Yeah. Okay. I was just checking if it was a roll. I was checking if it sounded like it was the roll or if there was something else going. All right. Well, because I'm sick of seeing. This is quite big. Let's double check. So there's nothing to hide behind it either at all. Like I can't run to hide. There's no pillars or anything. It's just.
No. It's just
Is
a flat.
is that thing elevated? Like where it is?
Yeah, it's like just a bit upwards. Like it's like a little stage almost.
Okay, so like a little stage. Well, that's I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt. 14.
14. That's a hit. Sure, you do 2 damage as the whip bolt finds purchase in the rib cage and stays there. You can see the energy flowing and pulsating inside of it.
It's better than my hammer, isn't it, boys? And I stand there.
Anything
Charlidros,
is better than this dagger of yours.
Charlidros, it's your turn.
I'm going to action surge the shit out of this dragon thing. Is it big enough
Okay.
that I can jump on its back?
Jumping on its back would be like one of your attacks.
Okay, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I'm doing like 4 slashes of my whip at this guy.
Of your whips? Okay, you
Yep.
brawl out your whips, start slashing, going ham. Sure, do all 4 rolls for me.
18, 15, 6, 11.
You hit it once and find purchase. You see bone like crack around the hit, and then it like blocks the 2 of the shots with its claws, and then actually grabs the last shot and pulls you forward into it. So it has hold of one of your whips.
I'm gonna have to let that whip go for the moment. And
Yeah, you let go of it.
I let go of the whip that the
Yep.
Drake has got. I am just gonna try and get behind it as best as possible.
Okay, so you move around it, try to get behind its large stature, which you do pretty easily.
Does that mean he's
Yep.
pointing toward the wall? I
He's
guess
like
he's
facing this way at the minute.
I guess he's looking at where I smacked him from first.
As you move around it, you actually concentrating on where its head is. You don't see its tail flick around towards you, as it deals 12 damage to you.
Christ alive!
By the way, you get to remember. I forgot to say earlier. You got your health back earlier from like the day before, so you should be back at 21. But then take off 12. As it turns around and smacks you with its tail, and then turns around and faces you and roars in your face. Cornelius, it's your turn again.
Okay, crap. And I guess I move forward towards like the second row of pits, and I cast Magic Missile.
You cast Magic Missile, yep, so you all 4... Is it all 3 or 4? Did you get 3 darts?
3.
Level 1? 3? All 3 darts hit,
yeah.
so roll your damage. I believe they're just 1d4 plus your spell. Okay, you run forward. Out of your hands, you suddenly summon 3 purple magical energy darts, fly above your shoulder, and then zip off against the Drake. 1 hitting, 2 hitting, 3 hitting. The Drake like backs off a little bit and cowers its ground as there's magical piercings all over it. Lief, it'll be your turn.
Yeah, so I just cast Witchbolt again.
Just use the Witch Bolt. Yep, so roll the d12. So you see the magical energy flare up again, burning the inside of the Drake. Charlidros, it's your turn.
I'm far too close to my liking. I'm gonna sort of retreat back to toward Lief. In
Yeah.
fact, what I'm gonna do is retreat back between Lief and Cornelius, but off to like the far right-hand side, your right-hand side here, but behind a pit. Because I want the thing to chase me and like fall into a pit.
As you run away, the dragon roars at you. It is now its turn. You see, as it opens its maw, this build-up of energy, this build-up of cold or lightning energy build up in its mouth. Just as it beams the energy towards you, Cornelius, the energy in the light, the last thing you see is a figure jump in front of you. Your vision goes white for a second. Each of you see this, the vision going white. And then before you stands an elderly man, staff in hand. The energy seems to dissipate around him. He points a finger at the Drake, and the Drake collapses into bones. Well, it's about time you boys got here. We've been waiting all day.
I assume you're V.
That was cool. Very cool.
Such a child.
How did you do that? With the...
And would you look at that? In the catacombs of the Kobold's Hollow, V has revealed himself to our heroes, thus binding them together with destiny. But all we can do is wait to see where that destiny leads them. Who is V? Why are our heroes together? Find out next time in the Tales of Theldan.
The Tales of Theldan is an Explosion Network production. Written by Kieran Marchant, world and scenario by Kieran Marchant, played using 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. Sound mixing and post-production by Dylan Blight. Music and sound effects resources available at explosionnetwork.com. Cast of characters: Dylan Blight as Lief Estelle, Ashley Hobley as Cornelius Bannister, Thomas Marshall as Charlidros, with Kieran Marchant as the Dungeon Master.